What's really good, my people? This your boy Smolito. This is Smolito's Ray coming at you with another video. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. Much love to all my supporters, man. Let's get into this. So, Jim Jones finally had a response for everything that's been going on. His name has been circulating through these streets, through the internet. And, you know, there's a lot of speculation, a lot of talk since the whole Tekashi allegations that went on Clubhouse. So he responded like a true gangster would on Clubhouse, because he don't do internet shit. That's the first thing everybody say. But he responded via the internet. So whatever. He had a lot of talking points or whatever. You know, he's real tough. He's real gangster. But let's get into some of the highlights, I should say, of what he said. And the first thing that stuck out to me was him trying to act like he's an ambassador and you know, trying to, that he put mad people on. So let's go down the list. Max B, The Wave. My boy Max B wrote Ballin' for him, which is arguably his biggest hit in his career. Ballin' was everywhere. Everybody knows the song. Everybody was singing the song. I don't give a fuck who you was. You was singing Ballin'. I don't care. So now, he writes Ballin'. He writes many other songs for Jim Jones. Max B gets locked up. Jim Jones does not bail him out. Jim Jones leaves him there to rot. He finally gets out. And what happened to Max B? Max B wound up getting 75 years. And thankfully for him, he's going to be out soon because his sentence got lowered. Fine, that's one, right? We put Max on. And then let's go to Stack Bundles. R.I.P. to Stack, man. Squad up, man. Stacks was one of the best up-and-coming rappers. He was under Jim Jones. He wrote many songs for Jim Jones. Stacks was still in the hood. He was still in for a rap. And all the money that he should have been getting, he wasn't getting enough that he could get out the hood. And what happened to him? What do you think happened to him? He got Nipsey hustled before there was a Nipsey hustle. He got murdered out in his hood, man. And it's a shame because he was definitely one of the best lyricists, especially on Dipset. He was top. It was probably him, Cam, and Jewels that were the best ones on the whole Dipset Bird game. But let's get into this. So boom, that happens. I missed where you put people on, because everybody you attempt to put on winds up in jail or winds up dead. And it's not because of, like, everybody's accountable for their own actions, but still, do you think Max B would have robbed that person if he was lit? No. Do you think Stacks would have been still in Fall Rock if he was lit? No. But Jim Jones, the one that puts everybody on, left them there, and that's what happened to them. Now let's go down another list. Jay-Z put Memphis Bleak on, Beanie Siegel on, and they got to move out the hood, and you never heard of any of them getting killed or going to jail. Well, Beanie Siegel went to jail for a year, but you get my point. Cameron put Jewels on. Mace put Cameron on. I mean, let's, you know, we can keep going, right? Those are people that actually put people on and they prospered in their thing, right? So Jim Jones did that. Wow. Then, you know, of course, he got to say that, you know, he's a gangster. He's responsible for all the shit that's going on as far as, like, you know, the blood movement and all that. And I will say that he is, because Dipset propelled the whole movement. Dipset made it mainstream. Dipset made it cool to be blood. Real shit. Like, let's be for real. There's not too many real rights out there like that. A lot of these dudes is watered down and they want to be partisan. They want to be a part of a movement. And Jim Jones put that to the forefront. He was the headliner and the person that was pretty much pushing that agenda, right? So he gets credit for that. So if you want to take credit for that too, Jim, why are you not doing what Hocus 4/5 is out here doing? Why are you not out here trying to stop this fucking nonsense, all this violence and stupid shit that's going on with these kids? Since you have so much influence that you want to brag that you brought this shit all the way up and down the East Coast, fine, you did. Great. Now look at what happened because of your movement, bro, and because you just, like, why don't you try to help, man? Why don't you try to, like, talk to these kids in some, you know, some way, shape, or form? Because now he want to talk, I'm talking this positive shit. What positive shit you talking? Every song you ever made was about you selling drugs, you killing people, you running down on you, everything. You the biggest tough guy there is that gets whipped out on the regular. I don't understand it. I mean, I don't know. for real, correct me if I'm wrong. If I might not know the right gangsters, but I don't know. The gangsters that I know, they don't get robbed. They don't get stomped out. They don't get all this shit and no retaliation. Let's go down the list, will you? Can you sit with me for a second and let's talk about it? Let's talk about Junior Mafia at the Rucker. Spanked him out on camera. Nothing happened. Lil C's is still alive, is he not? Lil C's, all them, they all good, right? They fine? Okay, then that's one. Everybody can have one miss, right? Like one time a nigga, whatever, right? All right, let's go to True Life. True Life robbed him for his chain and his ring, right? Punched Cam in the face, ran down on Jewels. I mean, terrorized Dipset for a long time, especially Jim Jones. But True Life, I mean, something happened to him, right? No, True Life is living his best life. He came home from jail and he's doing great. And shout out to True Life. Yeah, he deserves it. But nah, anything can happen twice, right? 2 times ain't nothing, that ain't nothing. So then let's go to Mendices. Mendices, he tried to run down on Mendices like he was soft, and what happened? He got spanked out of Castle Hill Project. He got whipped out. Damn, that's 3. Do we have any more? Oh, we do. Yeah, what about what happened to him in Connecticut with the Latin King kids, the Latin King dudes at the club, when they beat the shit out of his security and had Jim running and, tucking his tail? I don't know too many gangsters that take these many losses. Real shit, like, everybody takes losses, whether you're in the corporate world, whether you're a gangster or whatever the case may be, you're going to take losses. But Jim Jones seems to be the friendliest, most forgiving gangster I've ever heard of in my life. I don't know too many gangsters that just let shit slide like Jim Jones. For real. But he want to act like he's super tough and super gangster. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and hedge on and keep dwelling on the whole conspiracy charges. He didn't get charged. He didn't get charged. It is what it is. You're not supposed to really talk about somebody unless you see the paperwork. I get that and everything. But my opinion is my opinion. I feel that it's a little bit funny that he didn't get charged because, I mean, they had that the burden of proof was met with all the shit that he said. As far as I'm concerned, like, I don't know what else they needed to hear, but whatever. Point blank, period, man. Jim Jones is a fraud, man. He's a fucking fraud, and if he really wants to be, like, listen, man, I would give him credit if he was out here, like I said, like Hocus for a Fifth and a lot of these dudes that were really out there, really doing what they had to do, really out there in the streets, but they're trying to change their life, change their image, and help the youth and to understand the pitfalls of all this gangbanging and craziness that comes along with it. Jim Jones ain't trying to do that. Jim Jones still wants to portray that he's a thug, that he's a gangster, that he's all this shit. He's not a gangster, people. He's not. He's really not. He is Tekashi 6ix9ine before Tekashi 6ix9ine. Jim Jones had the bag. Jim Jones was getting a lot of money with the rap game, and he was around a lot of homies and everything, and they put him on. And you know what? It wound up, for that movement, it wound up being one of the best things that they did because it propelled them to another level, especially up and down the East Coast. I'm not even, you know what? I've been to a few states and all that, but I'm going to say New York City-wise, that shit propelled the Bloods to a whole nother stratosphere that could probably never have been reached without the help of Jim Jones and Dipset putting their movement to the forefront. Now, if you want to do something, if you want to be this man of peace and you want to be putting people on, then put people on the peace. Put these young boys on the peace and stop talking this nonsense like you a gangster, because you're not. For real. It is what it is, though, man. This your boy Smallito with another video, man. I went a little longer than I thought I would, but this dude, it is what it is. Much love to everybody. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. And until the next time, I'll see y'all. Peace.